Not gonna lie, did a reveal stream, live reveal stream on Twitch, and I might have squealed. Might have squealed when this got revealed. Oh, he's so cool. He's so cool. And the only thing you can imagine that when he finally meets up with Gilliman, the first thing that comes out of his mouth, any man who has to call himself a High Lord of Terror is no true High Lord of Terror. Oh, it's so good. Like, right, let's have a quick look. We're gonna have a quick look. This is
State of the Galaxy, the Dark Angels, the Arcs of Omen series has led to the brink.
Here he is.
Abaddon has sent out the Arcs of Omen, Vashtor the Archifane is now at large, and Angron is on a rampage, and there's perhaps one character in the entire galaxy who could stand against Angron. That's the line.
Lionel Johnson is the Primarch of the Dark Angels, formerly the Dark Angels Legion, and now he is the returned Primarch of the Dark Angels chapter. Returning Primarchs are a big deal. The return of Rabute Gilliman, that was an era-defining moment for the inhabitants of the 41st millennium and for fans of the 41st millennium. It doesn't happen very often, and this is the second opportunity in my lifetime, certainly, to see a living Primarch return.
He's been deep in the rock for thousands of years. All is lost to chaos. But this is where the lion appears. And this is where he makes his stand as a light in the dark, as a knight standing alone.
He grew up as a feral youth on a forested world full of monsters and then taken in by knights after he'd spent years hunting down creatures of chaos. And that's pretty much what he's gone back to doing. He's found half of the galaxy completely subsumed by darkness, warp storms, chaotic beasts, so he's just set back to work. He is going to reunite, you'd imagine, with the Dark Angels chapter, and woe betide anybody who finds themselves on the other side of the battlefield from them.
Wow. And then you get the book as well. So we're getting Arcs of Omen, Abaddon, Arcs of Omen, the Lion. So that's the final book, and I think they said that book is that's like the closing chapter of the Arcs of Omen stuff, ready to go into transition. 10,000 years of vengeance. Right, let's turn that off. We've got to have a look at the model. We've got to have a look at right. So Lionel Johnson, Primarch of the Dark Angels, has returned from the annals of history in humanity's time of greatest need, wielding the radiant sword Fealty. That's so cool, and the Emperor's shield. Now, forgive me. When did the Emperor have a shield? I thought he had a. I thought he always had. Well, he was always depicted with his flaming sword and his claw. So clearly, I'm not arguing at all. Clearly, they wanted. He's just a space knight. When he was released, when they were talking about releasing him and it was rumored to be dropping, I was like, please, please, please be a cool model. I just want a space knight. I just want a space knight. Just give me a knight, a crusading knight from the era of King Arthur, a knight of the Round Table, grounded in Warhammer 40,000, like in the 41st millennium. What would that look like? And I think you will all agree, hopefully you will all agree, that that is exactly what that would look like. He's so good. And notice, hips going one way, shoulders and chest going the other way. He even has a torso twist on there as well. He is so good. This model is as near perfect, I think, as Games Workshop could possibly make. It's brilliant. I love the fact he's got two watches. I don't know what this one is holding on this on the far side, but yeah, so good. It's so good. It's so good. Let's go down and have a look. Right. So every square inch of this draw-dropping model, it is a draw-dropping model, marks him out as a true hero of legend. His armor is finely detailed with personal icons and marks of his legion, yet reserved and efficient as befits one whose duty lies in warfare first, and all others matter second. Fealty is an elegant weapon with subtle adornments, while the Emperor's shield glitters with regal ornamentation. I don't know whether I want to make the sword longer. I don't think it needs it. I think it's perfect. one of my viewers in my Discord was saying that he might drop the backpack off and just kind of have a lion's cloak covering that up. I will have a look. I will have a look when I pre-order and pick up the model. I will see how it looks without the backpack. But I really like the backpack. I really like the kind of the angel wings on there. It's so gothic, so high gothic. The shield is insane. I love the fact that it's got like the Emperor's eagle on there, and even if you look over here, it's even got like the purity seals on there have got the little dark angel end of the sword. So they've got that on the end of the purity seals, which is really nice. And yeah, he might be Charles Dance. And what? Which head? Which head? Legitimately, which head do we put on? Because I don't know. Like, that's Doctor Doom. That looks phenomenal. I love the winged helmet. The winged helmet is amazing. The hooded head is going to be brilliant for playing with shadows and light. So you can have just like his jaw and his nose creeping out of the light, or keep creeping out of the shadow. So you could play some really, really good lighting tricks on that. That would be really cool. But then the head itself, just the bare head, I think is fantastic. I think the bare is fantastic as well. It's really, really nice. Let's have a look at some of the details. So we've got his belt around his waist. We've got his bolt pistol or his plasma pistol or whatever pistol it is. There's his pistol. I don't know what pistol he had. So I don't know what that one is. But jeez, so nice. And then the lion pelt. Has he got a lion? He hasn't got a lion's head. In the same way as Abaddon has a wolf's head on one shoulder. Sorry, Horus has a wolf's head on one shoulder, doesn't he? The new Horus. So I was wondering whether the lion's pelt had a lion, but it's not. It's just a lion head on the shoulder pad. Oh my word! Now, the only downside, there is a downside. The only downside of this amazing model is obviously I'm going to try and pick one up as soon as like release day. Thank you very much. I'll have that. The only downside is that I think I'm going to need Gilliman as well. I really want Gilliman now as well, so that I've got both the Primarchs. He's arguably perfect. Absolutely perfect. The legendary character deserves the mother of all red carpets, and that's all that Lionel Johnson is getting in Arcs of Omen, the Lion. And yes, he will throw down with Angron, the Demon Primarch of Khorne, in a truly cataclysmic brother-on-brother bout that's been 10,000 years in the making. He's going to fight Angron. He's fighting Angron in the final Arcs of Omen book. Wow. Yeah. What a model. What do you think? Are you going to pick him up? And also, I really like the colour scheme and how they painted it. This was how... So I've started doing some Dark Angels for 40k with the Azrael release, and obviously Games Workshop very kindly sent me the Wrath of the Soulforged King, so I've got some spare, if you like, intercessors and things. So I'm painting those up as Dark Angels. I got some Dark Angels for Horus Heresy, so I've got the Knights and the whatever the other. There's two resin units that come in Horus Heresy, and I've got both of those for Horus Heresy, along with the Lion. I also have the Lion in Horus Heresy, so I can paint those two up. And I was going to paint them in this scheme, so black but highlighted up with green, rather than painting them green armor. And then you can show off. I was going to show off the green wing and the Death Wing and the Raven Wing just by the colours of the shoulder pads. So that was going to be my little kind of tweak. So yeah, it's really nice that they've actually painted him in this kind of style. It's so cool. I think I'm going to have to go with the... I don't know, because the hooded helmet is really awesome. I think I might have to go with this one. I think it's probably going to end up having to be a magnetizing issue, isn't it? We're going to have to magnetize. We've got to magnetize. We've got to have all the heads painted and get them all on. I can't wait to paint that one, actually. I don't think there's anything I'll change about this. I'll put him on a better base. Tactical rock? I have a tactical skeleton. So cool. The watches are amazing as well. So nice. Conversions. What conversions could he do with them? Don't know, actually. Tell you what, he's very, very close to the chapter master that I converted for my Dark Pharaons. But my chapter master was based off a Blade Guard. But he's got the same pose. I'll bring him up. I'll show you. I'll show him on a video sometime. Wow. Right. There we go. So that's that video done. I am going to record a video for 10th edition as well, so all my thoughts on 10th edition, so check that one out. And of course we have the Primaris Terminators, the upscaled Terminators, which are really, really nice. The Lion, are you going to pick him up? And is this enough? I've seen a lot of people kind of muttering and mentioning that this might be enough to get them to start painting or collecting some Space Marines. Is this enough? Is that model enough to nudge you into playing Space Marines? I think what I'm going to do is integrate a lot of the Horus Heresy models. So the Deathwing Knights and things, I think I'll try and integrate a lot of those in, because those models are so nice. And I'm curious as well to see whether the old Deathwing Knight models for 40k, the plastic ones, the Terminators, fit on the new Terminator legs, because then you'll just get a little bit more height and bulk out of them as well, so that'll be really nice. Alternatively, I've just got to learn how to sculpt cloaks. That will be a video very, very soon where I start trying to sculpt cloaks and tabards and loincloths and stuff. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys, because I've already been rambling on for too long. Thank you very, very much. Catch me up on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all at Chris Frostin, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.